So if they don't collect any beams at all, which is unlikely, what if they don't? It would be a 900 shot mother brain fight. So you're likely to see them look for at least some sort of upgrade to their beam there. So we are off. Hopefully we're going to see a good race today. Guy Average showing off early on the power that is Moonfall. So coming up down the elevator, there's going to be two majors. One is guaranteed to be Morph Ball to either the first or second one. And the other one is basically whatever that's not a suit. And we just get a vanilla Morph Ball today. We're going to see what the runners pick up here. Getting an early super is nice. And both runners actually deciding to go down to the Alpha missiles first. There's nothing wrong with that. I kind of like going across to the major, since you can mockball freely across without the enemies in that room, but player's preference. And we have Spazer, so that is, once again, in-dash can be pretty important, because that will open up Waterway, which will give them another check on their Brinstar loop if they're going that way. Yeah, collecting missiles and supers, no power bombs. They're going to go back up the elevator. Visit bomb trees, there's not going to be any sort of route deviation here. At bomb trees, though, they're going to either have to get bombs, speed booster, or screw attack in order to advance. So one of those items is going to be next, because that is the only open item for them right now. And Guy Average making some very nice work out of that old Mother Brain room. It's clearly had some practice in any percent. I guess it'd be the same in 100%. So we'll see what we get down here. And it is screw attack. So this is the one item that could potentially open up a little bit of deviation right away if one of the runners decides to take that screw attack and check Gauntlet. Gauntlet won't be anything like, it won't be one of your suits. But you could find, say, the full charge beam. You could find high jump, you could find speed booster or space jump. And it looks like Guy Average is taking that Gauntlet bait. Going to save at the ship first, which is a smart idea. No energy tanks. Gauntlet's still pretty dangerous. Let's see what Stump decides to do here. Personally, I am not a huge fan of the Gauntlet check, because there's really... the likelihood is you're going to be finding an energy tank or reserve tank, just based on numbers. But you can pull something really nice out of here. And it looks like Stump is also making the same play here. So both taking the screw attack bait for Gauntlet here. Let's see if this ends up paying off for either of them here. And we get space jump. Pretty solid item, actually. They don't really need it for anything in particular, but it does make movement. You can obviously see the Gauntlet movement's much easier with it. That'll make movement much easier through certain rooms. And yeah, both runners actually got those wall jumps pretty early. It's really nice to see. Those wall jumps can be a little tricky because you have to have a delayed wall jump. Pretty low on the wall there. So space jump, well, probably not exactly what they wanted. Is a solid item to get right there. X-ray scope at Terminator. That's interesting. Oh. Stump getting grabbed. Alright, so with the Spazer, with supers... Actually, you know what? They don't have power bombs yet. It doesn't happen very often, but there have been, at least in my practice seats, I have had where I had to get all the way to Norfair before finding any sort of bomb upgrade, which means you would have to skip quite a bit in Brinstar if you don't get a power bomb or bombs. And reserve tank, unfortunately, collecting that, I can't say I agree with collecting reserve tanks. Yeah, guy average setting up here. Oh, looks like he might be able to just X-ray the item. Yeah, just a missile back there, so he's not going to bother. X-ray actually already having a use. You can get that item, and if it was a power bomb or a super, guy average definitely would have been going for that. And no power bombs yet, so unless there's a power bomb in Big Pink, they are making a trip down through Red Brinstar to find one of these items. Not looking particularly friendly right now. Normally, you have some sort of bomb upgrade. But this state may be looking to be a little more devious than we've seen. Oh, and there's the power bombs. We'll see if guy average doubles back to check the major at Edacoons. It looks like he's going to continue on. Leave major back there. Just going to set up for the super wave gate. There he goes. And finding plasma back there. So plasma is very useful. With the weak charge that you start out with, plasma is often better to have than charge beam, since you already have the charge. So plasma will not open up the passages that Spazer does, but since they have Spazers, they can just swap it out. And 2 power bomb packs, that's really handy. So let's see, Stump is going to make the play back here. This could be fairly important. And a second reserve tank, okay. Guy average is going to swap the Spazer here so we can get through this. As I found out when I practice these, you should be a little careful. The fish deal a lot of damage, so don't face tank the fish when you get through here. And let's see what Stump comes up here with later. And getting bombs. Okay, so that's nice, but not really what he would have wanted for doubling back here. Now, if he gets a super here, just a power bomb pack. That means he should end up with at least 15. That's a good number, especially with bombs. He won't need to really collect any more unless potentially he has some suitless in mind. Yes, in Dash Rando, Spazer Beam opens up Waterway and Botwoon. It is specific to Dash. I have been referring to this rando as kind of a randomizer for people who don't like the random stuff in there. Gives you more options to get through. So you're less likely to get into a rando moment and just get punished for not checking everything. So Stump may be wanting to get some more supers before doing the wave gate here. He's going to get his 15th power bomb there. And with Space Jump, this X-ray check is easily in logic. And the fact that Space Jump may be required for this, Seed could expect that. Now, a lot of the logic at Super Metroid you can kind of circumvent. And that's already the third reserve tank. That is... Oh, Stump finding out that the fish is right there. Thankfully going to get an E-tank and a free refill. Because it's not a reserve tank and actually useful, he will be full of health here. And Guy average going down. Looks like he's banking on being able to find Varia or progression otherwise down here. Potentially gravity. And still only one super pack right now. Gets another E-tank. Stump's going to go up here. He's going to... I think he just got a power bomb drop from that bug. That is a very low percentage drop. Yeah, he's filling up some ammo so he can... Just in case he misses the wave gate a couple of times, he'll have some more attempts without having to reload the room. So Stump is going to be quite happy with finding plasma here. Guy average not getting any extra supers. He's going to get supers from the mini crate, but... And just another power pack. He is going to take that. Having 15, having a Crystal Flash in was pretty nice. Just in case. You never know. Alright, so Stump is going to come up to the decision he needs to make, whether he's going up to Wreck Ship or continuing on down toward Norfair. Now, he does have one E-Tank, but with Screw Attack and one E-Tank, plus you have the starter charge anyway, and Dash, Phantoon's not as deadly as you would normally come across in a major minor, just based on having the pseudo screw already. Oh, we got a nice quick kill there. Very nicely done. And Stump is going straight up. Now, the previous match between these two teams, this same divergence occurred with the same teams doing these exact same decisions, going up for Green Boomerang and going down for Cat Jammers. Situation here is a little bit different, though. No suits have been collected, so maybe a slight probability of higher value up here. And Stump is going to take a safety save. Phantoon should be pretty safe, but just in case, because things can go awry, you can get Sunrise Surprise and get yourself hecked pretty good. And Spring Ball, an absolutely great item. I'm kind of hoping we see some suitless here. There has been some suitless in Dash, but not very much. I always like seeing a good suitless Meridia. And also something to mention with that plasma beam, they are both runners less likely to pick up quite as much minor ammo as you would otherwise in Dash. You can obviously hit the bosses no matter what because you have the starter charge, but your missile damage is actually quite useful for a lot of the bosses if you don't get full charge and a lot of beams. So having that plasma will kind of cut out some minor collection here. Guy Average taking a save here. He's going to do some checks through Norfair. Stump setting up to do the microwave on Fantoon here. You can do this if you have trouble setting it up. It's likely because you don't shoot Fantoon with a super first, and that is a very astute for Guy Average. So we know that won't be up in Wreck Ship. So Wreck Ship could be another wrecked ship for Green Boomerang Fan Club again. We'll find out. Kind of curious what Guy Average is doing here. I guess maybe he's really wanting to find some supers. Which would not be a bad thing to find. Since they both only have 5 right now, that's a really low amount. And we get a vanilla super, which Stump will be pretty happy to see. Supers are still useful. Still basically your highest DPS, even though they've got plasma. Very handy for bosses. Basically, there's a... looks like he's going to save before checking the wreck ship, you think? There are some... Oh, and there's a super. Okay. Oh, no. Good. Now they both got him. Yeah, the Horrible Bomb's advantage is something that could come into play. I don't expect that reserve tank's location to be anything, but it's possible. So say if it's something like high jump there, or, you know, that technically puts Guy Average in go mode right there. He has Phaser, so he can get through to Dragon. He's just... really just has to go beat the bosses now with this current loadout. He's still going to look around for some majors, try and get some more beam power. But yeah, for these last 2 items, I'm not really sure what Stump could really want to help pick him up. Speed Booster would probably be one, and maybe Full Charge if both of those are up here. But not super likely to be the case. So yeah, I'm actually curious what guy average is going to end up checking here. He might, since he checked speed, he might check wave, and that being an E-Tank's really not good for Stump. That's going to do nothing. Yeah, he might check wave. I personally would be rushing the rest of the seed. You've got plasma. You can do a few major checks on the way. But I might want to actually... Oh, there's another super in the sky for Stump. Wow, vanilla wave. Okay. Secede, even Rando. Yep. Guy average taking his path down here to get to Lower North Fair. Going to have... See if he checks screw attack. I don't think there's really a... I really don't think there's a reason to check screw attack. I would personally feel it's too far all the way to be of any use, but I lost my match, so who knows? I might be very wrong about that. And obviously Space Jump making that way easier. And there's High Jump, so this might give Stump some false hope. Varia plus High Jump can be a way to get into Lower North Fair required. And Gravity can appear in Lower North Fair. However, we know that's not the case. But right now, after doing that wreck ship, that's kind of what Stump has to be hoping for. Because that's really all he got out of wreck ship. High Jump really not going to give much of an advantage on anything with that Space Jump. Guy average is checking some more minors here. Handling the amphitheater very well. So yeah, Stump will come down through. He'll be probably doing very similar routing that Guy Average did. But Guy Average is going to have a pretty big advantage over Stump and not touching basically any of the wreck ship. He's going to go in there. Vantoon will be the final boss he has to defeat, and he'll just bail from wreck ship at that point. I don't see him checking any of the majors in there at that. When he's that far through the seed, I don't see a particular need for him to be checking those, but unless he really doesn't find anything, because everything else is kind of in bad spots. If it's at Shactual and Plasma and so on. So, Guy Average wanting to get to that door a very particular way, apparently. Definitely RNG manipulation. Having screw attack is very nice for Ridley, although having high jump is actually nicer. It makes your ability to jump around him much better. But screw attack and space jump will help make up for some of that. And he shouldn't have a problem with this fight. Yeah, the only possible chance that Wreck Ship was going to be going to find some way of saving Stump on this one was for potentially finding like ice and speed booster to help speed up some of the segments that Guy Average is definitely not going to be having. But since they weren't there, this is going to be a very long shot of happening here. Ridley's about done. Oh, Stump just hitting the tip of Kraid's nose. Just missing the hitbox there. So I gotta stand up here. And we got two bosses dying on screen. It's an asteroid special. Kraid and Ridley. And there is Ice Beam behind Ridley. So that's, for runners, that's going to be nice, because that means that they don't have to powerbomb the Metroids. Yeah, this has been a seed that's definitely rewarded you for just going. There's only 2 seeds I've seen of Dash so far that have rewarded players for just going. And the other one I played, and this is the second. Being way too friendly here. So Stump gets his spring ball. He'll be checking high jump first for sure. He should probably check ice afterward to get his Varia suit. We'll see what he does. And with the ice beam, it looks like he's not going to check any other majors here. He's leaving the Fire Flea check behind. Are still checking some minors. Probably still wanting, hoping to maybe find another super, maybe to take off some of the shot requirements here, but not finding. This is very super poor seed. Alright, so yeah, Stump is going. We'll collect his Varia suit here. Probably do some similar checks. Okay, Guy Average. Remembering he can... Or is he just refilling here? What is Guy Average doing? Might be hoping for a super at Croc Escape. He could have just gone through Frog Speedway with his beam combo, but maybe he was thinking better of potentially finding a super and just Seed saying no. So with that high jump, Stump could choose to go to lower Norfair first. If he really wants to push what he thinks might be his advantage, but it looks like he is going to go up here, do some checks, he's making the save just in case he's going to reset the stuff. Oh, no, he's saving before Lava Dive. Okay. So yeah, he is going to push and hope that the wreck ship plate turned out to be worth it. I'm not sure if he noticed the super missile there or not. Yeah, unfortunately for Stump, that wreck ship's just selling some bad boots today. And because it doesn't want to unequip plasma right now, just going to do the ice clip here to get to bot 1. Ice clip, very simple and easy. Shot just a little late there. Alright, Stump getting up the second time there. Stump will probably be checking Screw Attack here. So we'll see if that's either speed or charge, which are really the only two things that could even begin to claw back sometime here. So Dragon will be a little bit longer without the actual charge beam here, but it's still going to be a fairly simple fight. And just a piece of trash at Screw Attack. And not quite able to make it one round there. But this should finish it off Dragon right here. Just like that. Very close to finishing it off. That is because Guy does not have charge beam yet. This is the dash rando, so you start with a baby charge. And neither runner has found the actual charge beam, which would give them the full charge shot. It is a little weird, but it does open up some different strats. Stump would be in a very bad position here without charge if he was going to relieve with 15 and 15 and 15. Not great ammo for Ridley, but since he has the charge, it's not going to be terrible. Looks like he's going to be ice clipping his way back out. Just realizing it's like he needs to do that unless he wants to turn Spazer on. Also making the PBs of shame check. Just checking and finding that the seed really doesn't want you to have supers. So Guy Average might get one more super since he has been checking some miners. The quick check on the left after Fantoon probably be a good idea since he has checked a few miner spots. And that one is a super, so that might give him some extra lift here. Stop going back to farm up his supers. He has enough supers so that when Ridley changes palette, he knows he's at half health and he can finish him off with 15 supers. Oh, there you go. Stump is going to take advantage of Pogo phase here to get some beam shots off on him pretty simply without taking damage. Fantoon is just not having a good day today. It's the runner's having X-ray and plasma before coming to him. Stump's got some pretty good manipulation going on Ridley here. Getting those turnarounds. So let's see if Stump checks this one location. I think he will, and he will. He'll be rewarded for this one. After all the other checks, he's finally going to get one more super. So I believe the only other super that's been found was the one in the sky that Stump pulled off. And Stump is actually needs to be somewhat careful now. Ridley being a bit of a jerk. So 15 supers will allow him once Mother Brain starts catch-up phase. That will tell him that Mother Brain is down 75% of her health. And that's halfway for Ridley. So Stump can now use supers and finish Ridley off. Having a bit more trouble without the damage reduction that gravity gives. Ooh, got one super miss there. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous now. He's not quite dead yet. He's close, but not quite. I don't think he's dead yet. Nope. So that's a Ridley rip. Alright, so Guy Average taking an elevator down to everybody's favorably pronounced place terrain. With Ice Beam in hand, gonna make some quick work through these rooms. Might not want to miss too many supers. Yep. Yep, no high jump, no speed, just damaging himself down. I'm gonna do facing right as well, so saving 40 more frames, always worth it. Getting that health refill. Going to use a few supers here to open up some doors. I'll have plenty of ammo to get Mother Brain out of the tank, and we'll be able to move on. Hopefully, we see Guy Average do a down back here, so he doesn't have to pause, take off screw attack. Looks like he's going to. Look how easy and quick the down back is. Not that I'm saying everybody should learn that, but everybody should learn that. Nope, and Stump getting a little bodied by Ridley again here. Let's be a little bit careful. Head down to catch-up phase already. With full beam combo, even if you don't have the full charge, it's still fairly quick and easy to get Mother Brain taken care of here. believe that super missed on Stumpton, so he's gonna have to make up some more shots again. Oh, nope. He got him. So there goes Ridley on the second try for Stump. Likely get his ice beam here. And he'll do his upper north fair checks. Realize that this seed rewards you for going down, unlike every other seed that did not involve these two teams. Pretty sure this was rigged. No, I take that back. No, it's just how Rando goes. The decisions you make sometimes pay off. And sometimes they don't. Dash does help remove some of the randomness with the extra options that Spazer and Bombs give to you. However, seeds still can get like this. So, decision between going up and down is one of the harder decisions to make. If you're going up, you're really hoping you get something useful out of there. And Stump did actually get high jump, and he's not yet aware that was not required for Lower Norfolk. So he'll be finding that out soon, either by finding gravity or by seeing a finish in the SRL here. But still, except for the first Ridley fight, Stump's done fairly well through this seed. Guy has played really well and got rewarded for his routing, so that's a hard combination to overcome. And we will get to see what Firefleece is here. Oh, hey, there's Speed Booster. Well, that'll make his Meridia slightly faster, and his escape a little faster. Guy Average getting the final moonfall there. He's going to head up and make his way off the planet and claim victory number 2 for the Cat Jammers this week. Cat Jammers are 4-0 after this becomes official here. Having a very good start to the season. And Guy Average finishes with an official SRL time of 49 minutes and 10 seconds. So GG's and a fairly jet seed there. And played very well. There have been multiple seeds now. Not just these two, but 3 out of the 4 at least have been my team has taken part in, have been absolute jet seeds and rewarded the other team for just going. Pretty sure this is a pattern now. No, that was very well done by Mr. Guy Average. Oh, getting a nice refill from that E-tank there. And next he'll find the gravity and then realize how Mr. Guy Average managed to get their way through the seeds so fast here. And it looks like we might be getting joined here very shortly. And there he is. Greetings and congratulations.
Hello.
Can your team stop beating mine now? Thanks. No, running straight to the end seems to work out very well in this.
Yeah, definitely. I tend to always go down, so I think both suits being down there was just pure luck. Feel like if the sites were up, the suits were up in wreck ship, it definitely would have been a completely different race.
Yeah. So Stump did go up to wreck ship. Ended up the only thing he found up there was high jump. So he ended up, trying to make the play that was going to be progression, and took Varia and just dove lower Norfair before doing upper Norfair. So that obviously did not turn out to be worth the wreck ship play. I do want to ask you, earlier on, because the power bombs were at Big Pink, did you consider going back for the Etikun major at all?
Oh, no, I actually completely forgot. I think.
Oh, okay, I was wondering.
If I was with a partner and he told me like, "Hey, remember to go get Etikun's power bombs," I would have been like, "Oh, shoot," like I totally would have gone back for it, but I think I just forgot. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, you didn't miss anything. It was just bombs. So I think that may have been part of Stump's decision to go back to wreck ship. I'm not sure there.
Yeah, I kind of expected. I think most people would probably go up to wreck ship because you have space and screw, But like, I kind of just made a deal with myself a long time ago where I'm just gonna go down into crate every time, and if it doesn't work, then
Well, it worked out very well today. Both suits hanging out in Norfair. And throughout, you had some pretty good movement. I do want to also ask, you were still obviously checking for some supers along the way. Did you mean to leave the Firefly check behind?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna leave it behind because I think there was a big chance that it was probably gonna be an E-tank, and I was already in go mode, so I didn't need a major. I just wanted minors, because early on in that suit or seed, there was like I just had 5 supers for like the first 20 minutes of the game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think the only other super that Stump found was the Sky Missile on top of wreck ship. And then he didn't pick up the Bubble Mountain one, so you're both ending up with 15 here. This was a very poor super seed.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that is really rough about Dash. I think is just low supers. So if you don't have, you basically need to look for more majors. Essentially, like you really need beams to compensate for that.
Yeah, that's having the plasma beam earlier kind of helped offset that a little bit. But yeah, there was a very surprising lack of supers. They must all be in some of the worst spots to look at. So, but no, that was very well run by you. Your movement looked very clean. So that was a well-run seed. So congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. I felt like I played okay.
Just okay?
Just okay. I mean, I don't know.
Would you
I
say
have
average?
I have average. Yeah. I don't know. I set a high standard for myself, so I think after Lower Norfair it kind of started to fall apart for me, but I still won, so
Yeah.
should be happy about that.
Yep. And team is 4-0 now, so very, very good start to the season.
Yeah, definitely.
So and
Probably
I
not going to
believe-
last for long, to be honest.
Well, we'll see. 'Cause next week for the Chozo Logic, you guys are facing. Where'd the schedule go? Oh, there it is. Krakow. So you've got 2 Chozo Logic seeds versus them next week. So that should be interesting. Do you have any experiences with Chozo Logic or any thoughts on it?
I've done exactly one Chozo seed, so and yeah, I'm the one that's going to be doing the week too. So I don't. Yeah, well, I have no idea how that's going to turn out. I think Chozo's kind of strange. It's like major minor, but I think there are more major locations. I think so. There's more places for major speed.
Technically, if you just check the Chozo locations, you'll be able to beat the game.
Right.
But there could be, like your E-Tanks, for instance, could be otherwise mixed in full rando. Your other 11 E-Tanks. Or mixed in reserves as well. So your suits, your beams, those will all be on the statues. Speed, high jump. At least 3 energy tanks worth of tanks. I believe it's... I don't actually know what the health logic is on that, but yeah, the rest of the stuff, the rest of your E-Tanks and stuff can be mixed in basically anywhere else.
Yeah, I think actually, yeah, that might make it easier. Honestly, I feel like Chozo might be like a more speedrunner oriented kind of logic, I guess you could say.
Yeah. It does make Wreckship even less desirable because there's only one major up top now.
As it should be.
Yeah, no, that should be good. I'm actually more excited for Chozo than I was for this week, but playing a bunch of different randoms is really cool.
Yeah. All the different kind of randomizer varieties is nice. Yeah. I think I'm probably looking forward to Chozo more than Dash too. Dash is kind of brutal.
So yeah, I guess we got Stump heading to the end game here.
Cool.
Taking the refill.
Comes.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you for running. Stop. Like I said, stop beating my team. you and Safi need to go back into a hole somewhere.
Right.
But no, thank you. Oh yes, and as Chat's mentioned, there are more races today, and in fact, one should be starting very shortly. So while Stump's moving along here, SG3 looks like we've got a match between Obscure Lifeform and Tracy M. And then all the way down to 4, we've got another one between Wish and Phoenix Down 23. And then it looks like this evening is full of Rando League. So if you like Super Metroid stuff, there is plenty of Rando League going on. So if you want to see some more Dash, again, this is the only week until the playoffs that Dash is going to be featured. There is a lot of it going on today. Yeah, Stump's going to make his way through. He's going to have an opportunity. He's got speed booster, he's got high jump, he's got an opportunity to do a baby skip. He has the equipment to attempt the spring baby skip, but I don't think he's going to go for that. Looks like he might just be going to damage himself down here. And he did turn off screw attack, so he's not doing the down back. And not looking right, not saving 40 frames. Yeah, with a little fewer missiles here, Stump looks like he's gonna save up some. Stump does need to be a little bit careful here, because he doesn't have area on. If he doesn't get hit, obviously not a big deal, but he does want to pay attention to his health, because the way Dash handles damage reduction with the suits. So if he gets into a spot where he needs to damage down, he does have some reserves, so that's good. Just in case. Might be something to look at. Does do a nice job getting the spin jump method of the Zeb skip. Making sure none of these pellets snipe his shots here. And he gets out of first tank phase fairly well. So now it's just a wonderful little match with Mother Brain here. And I will say, for anyone who might have some struggles, obviously with any aspect of the game, but specifically with some boss fights, I do feel, having done some low percent stuff somewhat recently, that it really does help. Even if you don't actually do a low percent, just do the practice. Load up the practice ROM. Give yourself just that health, ammo, and Stump really needs to not get hit by another one of those. Should. Okay, he's alright. Yeah, not quite having enough health to do stand-up now. But yeah, practicing the bosses with a low percent loadout, specifically Ridley and Mother Brain, they're the two that are more painful, just to get used to their patterns and how they do, how their AI kind of works. Really helped. Like, I felt a lot more confident going in to the dash stuff here because of the low percent that I did recently. But Stump will soon be taking care of Mother Brain, have a little bit quicker escape. He's going to be making his way through an awful planet. We'll see if he decides to save the animals, since he's already seen Guy Average finish up here. So if you're an animal lover, you might see them. And I might have to have a talk with my team afterward. Baby's gone. Mother Brain going to get some hyper beam shots. Mother Brain 3 can actually be secretly one of the deadliest fights, because you never really get to see how deadly it is because how hyper beam it works. But Mother Brain 3 does not have a cooldown really between attacks, unlike the rest of her phases. So if she really wants to, and you kind of goof off a bit, Mother Brain 3 can be pretty deadly. That's not managing just fine. Looks like he's wanting to get set up here for the clean run through in the second escape room. Yeah, if you always want a clean run through that second room, all you have to do is land on the ledge on Mother Brain's room. Just hold your angle down and run through the next room while holding angle down and shoot. As long as you land on the ledge in the previous room, you'll make it through. At least if you have speed. I'm not actually sure about without speed. Oh, Stump with the left side spark. Look at that. Oh, Stump making the correct decision here. Gonna run to the ship. And Stump finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 29 seconds. So, almost 20 minutes behind Guy Average. And part of that was definitely the route divergence and the suits working out great for Guy Average, and Wreck Ship just being complete trash again. And a little bit of the struggle on Ridley with that one unfortunate death that Stump had. GG's to Stump. And if you like what you saw, please, follow both runners. They do a lot of Super Metroid stuff. There's obviously more coming up in the Rando League, and we are joined by Stump. Hello, and GG's.
Hello.
So, Stump, how that Wreck Ship really treating our team bad this week, it looks like.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that perhaps this time might be the time when there actually is something there.
Yeah, I mean, you did get high jump, which I'm assuming led to your decision to dive lower Norfair first, because, gravity could have been down there for all you knew.
If I didn't already have high jump, I would have done the Bubble Mountain checks first.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it was potentially... It was going to work out pretty well for you. Just so happens that this seed, again, rewarded players for just rushing down towards Norfair right away. So... But no, how obviously kind of had a little bit of struggle on the Ridley there for a bit, but otherwise, how do you think things went for the seed?
Well, I felt the I'm looking at the item readout for a moment. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I was sort of. I was. Yeah, there's so much time that I found myself doubling back to some item that I felt like maybe the key to that, if I'd gone elsewhere first, would have saved some
Right.
time.
Like the Edakun's location after having to go to Big Pink for your first power bombs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been pretty big, because Guy ended up, when he did his interview, he said he forgot about that location entirely because he skipped it. But that turned out to just be bombs. And I'm actually a little curious, did the bombs come into play at all for your wreck ship play, since they open up that reserve tank location?
No, there wasn't anything useful there.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was.
I think it was a
didn't feel
vanilla
like
reserve
getting.
tank. Yeah.
It definitely wasn't a reserve tank, because I know I saw all 4 of those and ended up getting 3 of them.
You're right. There was something else there. I think it was a reserve tank in my seat. I think that's what I'm thinking of.